So there's a song called
Alright, so when
My name is Yucca.
I want you guys to raise your hand if you think you know what kind of animal she is.
Does she live on the second floor?
Let me give her a miss real fast.
Oh,
I'll take monkey ring miss.
it's not a monkey. Monkey don't mean this thing. Ekans? Oh!
Alright, raise your hand if you think she's a turtle.
A tortoise.
Ooh, what do you think she is instead? She's a tortoise! So this is Yucca, and she is a red-footed tortoise, and that's a grape. We'll see if she wants to eat it. She's thinking about it. You want to get it? What do you think? There she goes.
Oh, look at that.
Does anybody see any teeth in her mouth? No, she doesn't have any teeth. So when she eats, she can't chew at all. All she can do is take a big bite. So she'll take a bite off and then she'll swallow that big chunk. So Yucca, in the wild, she would actually live in a rainforest. So she would hang out in the rainforest on the ground. Anybody know what her favorite foods are? Yeah.
Strawberry.
She loves strawberries. Yeah, she likes strawberries and mangoes and papayas. She'll eat grapes and bananas. Any sort of fruits she will love and eat. So Yucca, she's gonna come out, she's gonna start munching on lots of fruits and veggies and things like that. But if she doesn't have teeth and she's not chewing, she's just swallowing whole chunks, what's in the middle of that fruit that she's also swallowing? Yeah.
The pit.
Yeah, the pit or the seeds. So she's gonna swallow those seeds, and since she's not chewing them at all, they just go right through her belly and out the other end in her poop. So when she poops, that seed comes out in a nice little pile of fertilizer and she plants a tree. So we call her the gardener of the rainforest. Yeah, do you have a question?
We have a tortoise.
Nice, that is awesome. Yeah, Yucca has two other buddies that she lives with. Do you know what do tortoises do when they're scared? Yeah, they tuck up. So Yucca, if she was wandering around the rainforest and she got startled by something, she's gonna tuck up into her shell. Right now she's munching. I'll show you in a second while she's not eating. But she's gonna tuck up into her shell. Her tail is tucked up right now. She can also tuck her back legs all the way up so they are hidden. And then her front legs, she'll take them and pull them right in front of her head to protect her head.
Oh, there's a hornet.
So she's gonna tuck up all the way into her shell. And then her shell is actually made out of bone. Can you guys touch the bone in your elbow? So it's made out of that tough bone, and then tap your fingernails. And covered in the same stuff that makes our fingernails. So it's bone, and then it's covered in keratin. So her shell is really, really, really strong. So do you think a predator could bite through it? No, he'd probably break his teeth. But when she pulls her head into her shell, she has to get rid of something. Does anybody know what she gets rid of to make room? What do you think?
Poop.
Ooh, that's a good guess. She doesn't have to get rid of poop, though. It's something that we're doing right now, all the time. Even when we're sleeping.
Oh,
Yeah.
breathing.
Yeah, she has to stop breathing. She has to get rid of the air inside her lungs. So when she pulls her head in, there's not enough room inside her shell for her head. So she has to go and push all her air out so she can tuck her head in. So when she tucks in, she has to hold her breath. She can hold her breath for about 25 minutes, which is a super long time. So hopefully in that 25 minutes, that predator, that jaguar will go away and she can come back out. But if he doesn't go away in 25 minutes, she's gonna have to peek her head out, take a breath of air, and then go back in really fast and hope he doesn't notice. Yeah, can I show them you tucking up? What do you think, hon? Can I take that grape? She's like, I was eating that. All right, I'm gonna tuck her head in for you guys. Ready?
Wow.
All the way up.
That's
She's
cool.
like, let me back out. All right, would you guys like to touch Yucca?
Can I take you?
Yeah? Okay.
I'm not
I'm gonna
doing
pop my
that.
mask on real fast, and I'm gonna come around and give you guys some hand sanitizer. If you would
Dwight
like
all
to
the
touch,
time. Just
you
like
can
I
put your
do.
hands out. So I'm just gonna ask that when I give you hand sanitizer, you rub it together and then leave your hands out like this. So you don't touch anything or
Jazz
get anything
hands.
on your hands. All right. So if you would like to touch, go ahead and put your hands out for me.
Do you want to touch it?
I don't want to touch it. We touch.
Yeah, it's not really scary. It's just a normal tortoise that likes to have some fun.
Okay.
It's easy. You just pet its shell and then she likes it.
I touch Dwight all the time, so I'm not gonna touch the turtle.
Yeah, I
tortoise.
like that. I like
There we
that.
All right. So I'm gonna come around with her. You can touch her on her shell. She doesn't like her head to be touched by lots of people, but you can touch her shell on her back anywhere. And if you'd like, you can try to hold her as well. Is she heavy? She is really heavy. She's like a big boulder. Do you want to try and hold her? Yeah. Okay.
Torch call.
Oh.
Isn't she super heavy?
I don't want to try to
wanna
hold
try?
her.
She's like a big rock.
Yeah.
What does she feel like? Kind of bumpy.
Does she feel like Dwight, Natalie?
Do you want to try and hold her? Okay, that's fine. And then leave your hands out after you touch her. I'm going to come back around with more hand sanitizer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Did you want to try and hold her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is pretty heavy.
She is. She's like 12 pounds.
Wow. You're cool.
Yeah, you're cool.
She is. Do you want to try and hold her?
No.
So Yucca, we got her when she was a baby. She had just hatched out of her shell, so she was the size
Wow.
of a ping pong ball when we
Wow.
got her. She's about 12 years old now, and they'll live to about 50 or 60 years old. So she
She's the
has
same
lots
age
of time
as
ahead of
Dwight.
her.
Maybe a little younger than
Did any
Dwight.
of you guys want to try and hold her?
No.
Okay. All right. Any other questions about Yucca? Okay, I'm going to let her out for just a sec while I give you guys more hand sanitizer. Do you want the rest of that? Great. Just thinking about it.
How fast she asked how fast she can run.
I know.
Thank you.
I think she's faster than a hare.
I think she lives in like in a little cage.
So she actually doesn't have an enclosure. We have a room at Animal Wonders with all of our reptiles in it. And
Remember?
she gets the floor in that
She
room.
poops on the floor
So her
everywhere,
and her
right?
buddies get the whole floor in there. And then during the summer, when it's nice out, as long as it's above about 70 degrees, we take them outside and we just throw them in our garden. And they just spend the whole day
That's what we do.
cruising around in there. But I'm the one that has to go and find them at the end of the day, which can be tricky.
Yes, we know about that. We have a
Yeah,
story.
they are excellent at hide and seek.
We lost our tortoise for 3 weeks and then found it.
It took us 3 weeks to find them. And it was because
And then a
And
rat
it's nuts
found
because
him.
they don't make any noise. You can walk right by them and they're just like,
yeah.
there they go. And I'm like, make a noise! Anything so I can find
They
you.
don't move much once they hide.
Yeah, Yucca isn't very good at it. She goes to the same hiding spot every time. But one of the other tortoises we have, her name is Waffle, and she is our like hide and seek champion. She's in a different spot every single time. Oh, so hard to find her.
What do you want?
All right, Miss Sosa, here you go, hon.
Does it take an hour
I'll be right
to
back.
find
Okay.
What'd
waffle?
you say?
That waffle. Does it take an hour?
It doesn't take an hour to find her, thankfully, but sometimes it takes about 5 minutes to
About
find
5
her
minutes, much
somewhere.
faster than me.
All right.
So I was looking to see like how to age a tortoise, but it said that normally you got to go by if you know when it was born,
Yeah.
because there's no actual way. I was thinking maybe even the length of the shell or the. Then they say obviously the scooch you can't count rings.
Yeah, with those you can't count the rings on her. So for it, usually you have to tell, like you have to know when they were born, because sometimes, so our other two tortoises, their shells are a lot smaller and bumpier. They're actually older than her, but they weren't fed all the nutrients they needed, so their shells are malformed. So sometimes if they're not getting the right vitamins and whatnot, then their shells aren't as big as they should be, or they're bigger than they should be. So it's hard to tell unless you know exactly when they were born. All right, my next guy I'm gonna bring out, and he is gonna go right on top of my table.